Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 people with superpowers caught on tape. So, we're used to seeing movie characters with superpowers, but it turns out some actual human beings may have superpowers. These are times people with powers have been caught on tape. So let me know what you think about these videos. Are they real? Are they fake? Do these people really have magical powers? But before we begin, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too? Coming in at number 10 we have Wallwalker. So this video took place in 2016 in America. The video is from a security camera outside of a convenience store. It all looks pretty normal and you can see a homeless guy camping outside the door. That is until one guy walks into the shot. Of course it's nighttime and the store is closed, but for some reason this guy simply walks through the wall. The homeless man is absolutely stunned and the camera even malfunctions. The date seems to flicker between 2016 and 2019, so maybe this guy has electric powers. Another reason why people think he has some telekinetic or electric powers is because the lights inside the store flicker on and off when he goes in there. He then leaves the same way he came in by walking through the wall. The homeless man is stunned and not much is known about this clip. The store owner simply released it and asked people what they thought was going on. Check out the clip and let me know what you think is happening here. Next up is Halo. So we all know that angels have halos. Well, it turns out maybe angels aren't the only things with halos. This video was filmed in China during Chinese New Year. A guy is walking along in a hoodie and everything seems pretty normal. That is until a flash of light appears above his head in the shape of a halo. People around him then gasp and point in amazement and try and run after him. However, he then starts running away himself. They try and track him down to see what his deal is and how he's got a halo. But then all of a sudden he vanishes into thin air. And as he vanishes, the same halo from before pops up out of nowhere. The guy was never seen again and the person filming it is very confused to this day. The guy in the hoodie even seemed to be shocked himself when he first saw the halos. But he clearly has some kind of powers as he disappeared into thin air. Do you think this guy is an angel or does he have some kind of other superpower? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Next up is mind control. So this video was filmed by a store security guard in Japan. It shows a woman doing a mundane activity like shopping, but she has superpowers. This video may prove that we have superhumans among us. She's walking around doing her shopping normally. All of a sudden she reaches up to grab something from a high shelf, and the back of her hoodie glows. Now you may think maybe she just has a light up hoodie, but then later on in the video she sees the shopping cart almost hit a young girl. However, she stops it simply by moving her hand. She seems to have some kind of telekinetic power as the shopping cart moves with her hand. This really reminds me of the time in Stranger Things when Eleven was messing up that store. What do you think's going on here? Is it just a bunch of coincidences or is this woman a superhuman? Sure, her hoodie could have had lights in it, but how do you explain the shopping cart? Check out the video and let me know. Next up is electric hands. So pretty much every superhero knows they have powers. Well, it seems in this video the girl is simply realizing that she has these powers. A girl and her friend get into an altercation with two men in Thailand. The men are getting very aggressive when all of a sudden, seemingly by instinct, the woman puts her hands out. The men then get slammed into a bus and they run away in confusion and fear. The woman then looks at her own hands in amazement and confusion. She then turns around and a table of a market stall behind her falls down. Everyone then runs away screaming, and the girl even screams herself as she seems so scared. And her friend, who she was defending in the first place, even runs away from her. It really does seem like we just witnessed a superhero realizing her powers. Not much else is known about the video, and all the information is written in Thai. But one thing's for sure, this is one very mysterious and amazing video. Some say it's fake, some say it's definitely real. What do you guys think? Next up is Disappearing Man. So this one was filmed in a library in Japan. The man filming and his friend witnessed an altercation, so they went over to check it out. That was when all of a sudden the man in the altercation disappeared. He literally vanishes into thin air. And what's more, his book drops to the ground as he disappears. Everyone crowding around is speechless and looks totally stunned. This was sent into a news company in Japan, and they even got witnesses. The witnesses said they had no idea what happened. And so far, this man has never been seen again. Do you think this is a real example of a man with teleportation powers? Some have even said this video could be faked. You could do this by pausing the film, having the man walk out of the frame, and then playing the film again. However, it doesn't explain how his book dropped out of thin air. And examining this clip in slow-mo, it doesn't seem like any editing has happened whatsoever. Check out the video and let me know your thoughts on this. Next up is rickshaw saver. So in India, one of the main ways to get around is by rickshaw. Well, one night in India at an intersection, a rickshaw and a truck almost collided. In the surveillance video, it looks like the truck is about to hit the rickshaw, but then all of a sudden there's a flash of light. The rickshaw then appears to end up on the other side of the road and the truck comes to a stop. But by the rickshaw is a mysterious man dressed in dark clothing. The truck driver gets out of his vehicle completely confused as to what just happened. He's thankful the guy's okay, but is very confused. And the guy in the rickshaw even looks kind of scared by the guy who just saved his life. This kind of reminds me of the anime Death Note. Any weeaboos out there will know what I'm talking about. But seriously, how did the dark figure know this was going to happen? And how did he manage to teleport the rickshaw away from the truck to save the guy's life? This video is very confusing and scary, but it does show that some people with superpowers seem to be using them for good. Next up is Wallwalker. So this video is very mysterious and unexplained, and it might give you chills. We all know that walking on water is a miracle. Ever since biblical times, it's gone down as one of the most amazing feats anyone could ever do. However, we all know that it's pretty much impossible for the average Joe to do this. Well, one man captured a figure walking across water. The man is a mysterious dark figure who can't really be made out from far away. However, he's clearly walking on water somehow. Some people thought this video was faked, and the guy who made it simply overlaid a guy walking onto some water. However, that doesn't make sense, as the guy approaches some water birds and they fly away. So the guy was clearly there in the video, and this hasn't been edited from what I can see. Do you think this is really a superhuman who can walk on water? Let me know what you think about this very, very mysterious clip. Next up is the real Wolverine. So, we all know that superheroes like the Wolverine are fictional. They're in movies and comic books, but they're not a real thing. Well, according to this video, perhaps they're based on a true story. This footage comes from a security camera in a hospital in Russia. The man walks into his doctor's office, hangs up his jacket, and tells her he has a problem. The doctor then says, "Let me see what your problem is." That was when all of a sudden blades come out of the man's hands. The doctor then runs away in horror, screaming in fright. I'm pretty sure doctors aren't supposed to do that when you show them a problem, but I guess this is a rare case. Let's be honest, if you were a doctor and someone came in with these, you would be terrified. The man doesn't seem fazed at all, as he seems very used to it. But the woman's emotions just seem so real, and she even starts crying. How authentic do you think this clip is? Is it actually the real-life Wolverine? Or perhaps this is something else, but it definitely does seem real due to this woman's crazy reaction. Or perhaps this is something else, but it definitely does seem real as this woman's reaction is so genuine. Check out the footage and let me know what you think.
Спасибо. Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте. Присаживайтесь.
Где у вас раздеться можно?
А вот сюда на стульчик.
Спасибо.
Садитесь.
Спасибо.
Что будем делать?
Маникюр обрезной. Как вас зовут?
Маша.
Замечательно, Маша. Если можно, перекись приготовим сразу, то у меня капилляры вообще
Я
не
буду
слишком.
очень аккуратна. Хорошо.
Давайте посмотрим.
О, блядь! Ой, господи! Охуеть! Ой, вы что делаете? Что вы делаете?
Next up is Teleporting Girl. This road surveillance video filmed in an unknown country shows something very mysterious. A woman walks out in front of two cars. She goes past one of them, but then it appears the second one is about to hit her. Just as the car is inches away though, she teleports to the other side of the road. This is a very short clip, and there's not much information about this clip online. It was uploaded to LiveLeak by a guy who monitors the security cameras there. He simply said the girl teleported, the person in the car was stunned and waited for a moment, and then they drove off. This was a very close call, but perhaps the girl knew this was going to happen and she was trying out her new powers. Could this be someone discovering brand new powers, or maybe just testing out old ones? Could this be someone discovering their new powers like we've already seen in other clips? This video is very unsettling to watch and is very mysterious too. Let me know what you think is going on here. Next up is telekinetic office worker. Do you ever get bored at the office? Well, I can almost guarantee that this office never gets boring. That is because it appears that one woman who works in the office has telekinetic abilities. The video shows a meeting between two women and their male colleague. They're talking as normal when all of a sudden the woman decides to show off a trick. She opens the palm of her hand and then uses her mind to slide her colleague's phone off the table. Her two colleagues are both completely stunned. After that, the woman explains how she did her trick. Now, unfortunately, the security camera didn't have microphones, so we can't know how she did this. But many people online claim she has superpowers. We've already seen a few other people on this list who seem to have telekinetic abilities, so do you think this woman also has that? Other people say it could have been a magnet under the table, and there are other theories. But most people really do think that this woman has telekinetic superpowers. Let me know what you think about this video. Check out the poll in the top right corner and vote for the most amazing superpower caught on camera. And be sure to check out my second channel, The Crafty. There'll be a link to that channel on screen in a moment, so click it to check it out. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now, leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.